What up, homies? Welcome to episode 35 of our Disco Elysium playthrough. The corpse of the military contractor is still hanging out inside of the bear-shaped freezer, and as fun as that is, it's probably not a good idea and also not a good look for us if he gets found. So we should probably just send him off and be done with it. However, before we do that, today we're going to try to have another look at him to maybe conjure up some form of revelation about him or about the way he died. That's what we've been sent here for, after all. Afterwards, we pay another visit to Joyce on her boat and talk about the case and also about us, our role in the Revachol Citizens Militia and the RCM's role in the overall power dynamics of this world. Thanks for coming by, and enjoy! What I do want to do is have a look again at perception. Okay, we are at 3. I feel like putting one more in here. We got these boots now which give perception. We got them on. Level this once. Try to look at this dead person once more. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we send it off.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Alright, +1 didn't establish probable cause, +2 refrigerated the body, 58%. It's a dice roll. Let's see if we can actually make it. If we can't, we can't. It is what it is.
Your arms reach out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh. First with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand.
What is this?
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent.
Crawl up his nostrils, put your fingers in his mouth, squeeze his nose. Crawl up his nostrils.
They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
Push your fingers in his nose.
Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The thing you're looking for, it's not there. Crawl out, spider.
Alright, put your finger in in his mouth.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track.
Play with it. This feels right. Open your eyes and look. No, touch something else. Play with it. This feels right.
The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, delicate to touch. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in.
Open your eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened.
Say fuck yeah. Touch it with your finger gently. Fuck yeah.
Keep going.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Put your finger in.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Brainstem? Feel around first, push deeper. Brainstem?
Yes, that's what this part is called.
Feel around first.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again, never wake.
Push deeper.
Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres.
There's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Push deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow.
Rail in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin.
Good shit. I feel a solid object right under the skull. Inspect the skull first. Interfacing EZ9. Fish it out. I feel a solid object.
Can you get to it?
83 is good. I'm scared that if we inspect the skull first, we might lose it. But I think this should only increase it. So inspect the skull.
There's a tiny crack. A protrusion in the cranium. Right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it. From the inside.
God, that's so disgusting. Imagine that, man. He's back here. Back here with his hand through the mouth. Ugh.
The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
Okay, cool. Plus, precise spot of exit wound. 92. We have these gloves on, which give, I think these give interfacing 2, so that's why we're that good. Fish it out. Oh. Good shit. Alright.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
Whisper, I got it. Slowly pull your fingers out. We're gonna concentrate.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower. A blossom made of lead.
A bullet.
The lieutenant puts a small bag marked evidence under it. Drop it in. Good fucking shit.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Can I have it? Keep it, Lieutenant, as a gift. Can I have it?
Of course. You've earned it.
The lieutenant drops the bag in your bloody hand. It feels light.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds like heaven. Sounds about right. Say nothing, just nod. Sounds about right.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Goddamn right, agreed. I'm still not sure. No. That's it. Look at your hand quizzically. Huh? Agreed.
And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Treatment. The ligament mark, the fractured hybrid bone, it was all treatment. Hyoid. Hyoid, I think, yeah, bone. Yeah, it was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Dead. Dabba doop doop. What? You think so? Agreed. Aren't we jumping to conclusions? Dead dabba doop doop. No. We're too far along for that. So, agreed.
I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too. Small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck for them.
We didn't fall for it, he thinks. There's pride in there. There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
Maybe they just shot him while they hanged him? Imagine that was our gun. Oh my god. I think he would have a better gun, or at least better ammunition that just not breaks up on contact. Maybe they just shot him while they hanged him. Who would do this? Why would anyone do this? I think I need to wash myself. Maybe the bullet holds more answers. Who would do this?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
Why would anyone do this?
To hide something. The real killer, the real motivation, what really happened here.
Maybe the bullet holds more answers.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
Can probably inspect it.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
I think you need to wash myself.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Okay, I can't. Sure. Maybe they shot him while they hanged him. That would include that he has his mouth open while they are hanging him. Do you have your mouth open when that happens? Plus they carried him, so I don't think that's possible. He would have be like that when he was hanged. I don't think that's even possible because the, let's say, noose would probably push your jaw up. So he would have to have a real obvious, wound in his face. So yeah, that's not it. What happened next? What happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
That's actually good. We need him gone so we can talk to that other girl. You'll be gone. What should I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
So Everard said that the person that we're meeting, that woman that has our gun, can be dangerous. So I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that alone. I think I'm going to have him drive off tomorrow, which means we're going to... early on tomorrow, which means we'd spend the whole day tomorrow alone. And I don't know if we maybe... I mean, at one point he's going to leave us either way for the night. Maybe we can then talk to that lady. Also, we have not yet established a place where we could, hang out. That gave us a -6. So, there's that. So I think I'm not going to send it off. I'm going to keep it there. Maybe there's room if I meet that person at 10. Immediately do that and then immediately return. Then send him off. Don't know if that's possible. Because I don't know how long that will take with that other person to get my gun. But so we have backup. So let's do it later. All right. Cool. And we have the fractured bullet. Interact with that. The bullet mushroomed out on impact. It now looks more like a fanciful jacket button than something that could pierce skin, flesh, and bone.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
What do I do with you, bullet? Feel the bullet through the bag. The bullet has nothing more to say. What do I do with you, Bullet?
What?
I said, what do I do with you, Bullet?
Well, if I was the Bullet, which I'm not, I would say find the weapon that shot me.
Good idea.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
Feel the bullet through the bag.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge.
Inspected. So this says that it's not a citizens' militia gun that did this. So we are not the one. Obviously, because we've been there too late. The body was there for at least 5 days.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Look at the jacket.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
It's a jacket bullet close to 5 millimeters in diameter. Wow, I actually know this. First one.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
Highly unusual. The people of Revachol haven't carried breech-loading weapons like this for nearly half a century.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
So if we're staying true to me just, putting theories out there, I'm just going to assume that this guy either he could have killed himself actually, because we know that he was kind of unhinged and threatened to rape people and shit like that. So that is a possibility, although if it says rifle, maybe not so much. Also from that close of a distance. I mean, okay, no, it has to be from close distance, because who would shoot him in an open mouth? How would that be possible? It has to be quite close in distance, because he doesn't have a face damage again. So we could... There is an option here, or there is a... Let's say there's a world in which his homies, the other two people that we don't know of, we know of that one guy that was talking to everyone in the apartment building, and that our friend was afraid of, and the person that guy spoke to on the little speakerphone. So we know that these guys exist, and we know that they are military, and this gun, or this bullet at least, sounds very unique in terms of expensive and military, like the armor that this guy wore, which is expensive, military, and unique. So it could have been one of those guys actually shot him. And the Union people, knowing that this would probably lead to something that goes against them, something that is aimed at destroying them, because you look, they killed this man, tried to, hide it in some way, and tried to dodge the danger by, hanging him, acting like that is how he died through this conflict, and trying to go for this, not one of us did this, all of us did this, and you can't arrest us thing that the lawyer proposed. So there's less, options to pin it onto one person. And at the same time, convince the people here that, look, they are sending these military people here. We had to take him out. There's a world like where this exists. We'll see how this continues, but that's pretty interesting so far.
Something tells you that won't be any time soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
Okay. Hand-eye coordination, legendary. Try to determine what type of weapon shot this. Aware of the name of the antique rifle you found. Oh yeah! Damn. Encyclopedia said this came from a breech loader. But 28 is too low. We're not going to try this now. The bullet has nothing more to say. Put it away. Alright, cool. So it's off to the west side again. This person is still out here reading as she did yesterday. I can probably not talk to her and get anything new,
She's
right?
still browsing books.
Alright, leave. I just had the idea that we could talk to Joyce now. We had a bunch of upgrades or updates here, so that I hope that doesn't take too long, because, you know, before talking to Joyce is always taking a whole episode. We got a bunch of new shit here. Also, we could ask her if she maybe knows about special kind of weapons that could give us some insight. I don't know why running is this bugged now. I'm double clicking and sometimes runs, sometimes doesn't. So makes this whole thing even longer. It's the first time we're here during the day. Here we are. What up?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Show her your badge. I found my badge.
By love, you did.
She inspects the piece of blue plastic, her eyes scanning from left to right.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Seaweed drips from the badge in your hand. It smells of fish.
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
Okay. This was your plan all along? Fair, I guess. The probe will be done soon. This was your plan all along.
My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will. Because let me tell you, we are in dire waters.
Meaning, the information she has will raise the stakes in this game.
Okay.
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps?
Sure. Aren't there more questions? It's not reality. I mean, we can
More
check
lessons
it.
in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Didn't I do this? Spirit Core, what is? Think of something close to you. I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to spend too much time with this. Although it's interested me very much, I'm not going to do it now.
Glad
all
to have
for
been
now.
of assistance.
I feel like there was an
Little that I
option here
know.
where we can ask her more
Anything
things.
else?
Tattoos, the strike, wild pines, the boat, dealing with Everett again.
She's not even asking you
Oh yeah, here we
anything.
go.
It's so easy to just say.
He asked me to open a door. He asked me to deliver an envelope. The door
A
first?
referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
My liege, this woman has half convinced herself already. All it would take is a little nudge.
I do like her. But I'm still aware of the struggle that's going on here and who she represents. So giving her full information might not be that helpful to us and to the Union and their goals. So I think I'm gonna actually go for this drama check and lie to her. Because she misunderstood that we opened the door as a referral. She was gonna pass that on, and people are gonna search for that, waste their time. So yeah, referral.
Such referrals may sometimes get you information from a man like Everard. Did it?
Detective, I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
The Union's militant wing organized the lynching. Everard says the Wild Pines sent mercenaries after the Union and now one's dead. Everard asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation. I think I'm gonna go for that. Is there a world where we convince her that the stuff that's happening here is not only in part to blame on who she works for? I'm not sure. She said she is kind of resentful about what the ultra liberalists that she is a part of did in the past. So it seems that there's a small opening. Okay, I'm gonna go for that. Everard says the Wild Pines sent mercenaries after the Union and now one's dead.
The company did not send mercenaries after the Union. I told you in great detail about the mistakes my side made. And of course, I accept them completely. I just hope you don't share Everard's view on things. After all, as he said, one's dead now. The Pines certainly hasn't killed any of theirs.
Well, that's debatable. Sure, maybe not directly, maybe not gone to their house and killed them. But they probably are not paying them very much. They probably don't have sick days. They probably don't have healthcare here. So yeah, they use some kind of force. Not exactly direct violence, but still force. Which probably led to more than one person dying because of these situations. So, you know.
Let's keep it that way, she means to add, but then doesn't. Look who's defensive suddenly.
The Union's militant wing organized the lynching. Everard asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate. Yeah.
How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already.
We cannot discuss the specifics of an ongoing investigation, ma'am. Besides, you haven't exactly been forthcoming yourself.
That is only fair.
I have reason to believe the lynching was a cover-up. I don't think I'm gonna go for that. Although this... Oh, fuck. This would lead to the weapon. Maybe. Oh, fuck. And since it's this unique... Well, what I assume to be a unique, expensive, very special weapon, probably high-grade military, this could lead to her giving some more information, or could lead to her waking up and saying, yeah, they did order these guys here. Fuck. Man, I would like to get information from her, but I'm feeding her a bunch of information in return, and I don't even know if there's gonna be a return. So this could lead to problems if we inform her of the fact that we know that. Alright, I'm gonna decide to trust her, I think. Although, oh my god. Sorry. Indecisiveness is me. She said she's aware of what they did and that she has regret for that and that she's open about that. But it doesn't actually sound like she's willing to change and do something else. I'm gonna go for it. Maybe this leads to disaster later down the road. I'm choosing to trust her now. Maybe change her. Maybe have... I can change her. If not, we might fuck things up here. But I think she is our best bet at actually getting information about this gun. Because I don't think we know anybody else military. The only one close to military is the Union members or the Hardy Boys. But I don't think they actually are military. They are just tough guys. So I don't think they'd have input. And the only other person that we know about that is even remotely connected to military is the one that's the strikebreaker leader who's yelling down there because he seemed pretty military in the way that he talked, but he will not be open to give us information, especially if we suspect him to be the third contractor. So yeah, we're gonna ask her.
Oh my. Very interesting. So the militant wing is protecting one of their own.
I did not say that.
Her mind races to the conclusion that most benefits her interests. That doesn't mean she's wrong, though.
It looks like you may untie this knot yet.
Her eyes smile and a tingle runs down your spine. That's all I've got to say, okay?
Naturally, Detective.
This led nowhere.
There are lighter topics to gossip about.
Alright, he asked me to deliver an envelope.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it?
To a nameless settlement down the coast nearby. Nowhere, let's change the topic. I'm gonna go for that.
Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there.
She looks over the bay.
With longing. Clear and simple longing. Strange. Why does she want to go there?
Huh. You're quite fond of this village, aren't you? He wants to build a youth center here for this, so the children of Martinez. I'm gonna go for the personal thing first.
I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders. He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another.
You've been to Martinez before?
Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not.
Slumming. God damn it. Just when I said that I kind of like her. I mean, okay, she did this when she was young. But slumming... it sounds to me like they were cosplaying being broke and bums. And just sleeping in the rough here and being like, yeah, look, we are in the slums now. We are slumming. And apparently met someone there, but was able to leave because, you know, they had a boat and the other one didn't. Weird. Sounds like you missed those times.
Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Azon with our shiny boats, like reavers. We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the Coalition landed in 08. Imagine.
She tosses her head. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell? So, like, acting like kid colonizes here. Just land there and see what the local riffraff has to say and do about that.
Oh no, she's sentimental, all right.
If you say so.
I'm over-radiated, Harry. I do silly things sometimes, out of pale-related illness.
Okay.
Like take this job. The moral of the story is...
Oh my god. See? This opens up again. She doesn't seem to really like this job because she just said it's been a silly thing to accept this job and it might be pain-related. Or pain-related illness. So, Jesus, man. The moral of the story is...
So it was a factor in her coming to Martinez in the first place. Interesting.
Do not spend 22 days a year in Pale Transit. Don't waste your 20s slumming it with your stupid friends. And don't deliver Everard Clare's mail.
Her bony finger is pointed like an arrow at your chest.
Are you satisfied, Detective? What else can you tell me about your mail delivery quest for Everard? Do you think it will improve the place?
I think so. He wants to build a youth center here for the children of Martinez.
A youth center with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it?
No. Her eyes run across the water remorsefully.
Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him.
So you said you can't buy the place? What? Did she say something about buying?
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
Yeah.
She is more defensive about it than usual.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories.
Mm-hmm.
Has this errand yielded you any information? Of course, Detective.
Somewhat.
You can always drop by later, should something come up. Now, what else can I do for you? Word has...
It appears we are being monitored.
Until you come up with something at that intersection.
She simply nods.
Okay, I think that's it.
Of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away. There's time.
Okay, I think
More lessons in basic
that's actually it.
reality.
We only have this one left here.
My favourite part. Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
You know what?
Anything else?
Since we're here,
Of course.
it's 15:13. I think we
Of
got time,
course.
so let's do it.
How else can I help? More lessons in basic
really core.
reality?
92%.
My favourite part of the day. Go ahead. Ask me anything.
What is? Think of something close to you. But we got a +1 from RCM can access ICP database. RCM authority comes from coalition. RCM decomptage known. RCM uses unjacketed ammo and RCM Kim debrief done. So yeah,
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?"
I did call myself Tequila Sunset to these guys too.
"Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revachol Citizens Militia?
Preciso mundo.
Good, and what is the Revachol Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The lieutenant steps in to make a gesture encompassing you both.
He's being sarcastic.
Are we? You said de facto. De facto law enforcement, yeah. De facto.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean? That's it for the who I am part then. What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So I'm basically a lackey of capital, so I'm basically a thrall to foreign interests, so I'm basically one of the good guys, so I'm basically going to avoid the subject and ask the next question in this line of inquiry. First one, lackey of capital.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Does she mean the capitalists? Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown.
Uh-huh. Sounds like... No, I'm not going to say it yet.
They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. Okay, so I was just wondering, they will never forgive you. First I read this as the people living here, because we restored some kind of law, but it's actually the coalition that doesn't like us because they failed and we managed. Which is kind of cool, because if we are a citizens militia, focusing on the word citizen, that means that the people here organize that shit. We are part of this coalition stuff, but only, let's say, a name, kind of. So there is a little bit of leeway here to actually accept that, although I'm still not a fan of being a cop.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement.
He is completely cop-brained or coalition-brained.
Ravacholians get to keep the peace in Ravachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am. Say nothing. Back to those basic terms of reality then. Say nothing.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
What was the RCM again?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement.
Yes, we are the...
Okay, same thing.
Sarcastic.
Yes, that means not de jure. Permit me, and if those
that's
authorities
it.
drink so hard they need help, glad to have been of assistance.
Okay, cool. That has been very informative. Although it didn't really help us with this gun, and I'm kind of scared that we actually help the bad guys now, because we told them that we know about that. Because if my theory is true, and or somewhat true, adjacent to the truth, there's... And if the other people... My god. Why is this happening? Okay. And if one of the other two military guys, or even that military guy himself, the dead person, shot himself, or they shot him, they will have reported that probably. And if they know that we know that, this will probably not be helpful. My god, why is this so slow? I can't run anymore. Wait, I have to... Never mind. Off we go again. Wait, no, let's go to the car. And maybe we can find something out about this gun.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
Radio.
Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Please connect me to Sylvie again. Did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots? I don't know if that's too early, let's see.
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back
Okay.
from the database people. Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Sylvie was the first person that we called. She was the one that used to work in the Whirling in Rags. I don't know what good it would do to call her again, so I'm not going to do
57.
it.
Over.
in the cabin, you see
Alright, I thought maybe we could ask around about that gun. But apparently we can't. So we're gonna go back to our place now. And I am kind of tempted to put another skill point into hand-eye coordination and try to shave. Because we also need hand-eye coordination to be able to analyze that body once more. Or no, not the body, I think the bullet once more. But that sounds to me like there's actually clothes around here somewhere that will give us hand-eye coordination. But who knows if we actually be able to find them. Oh. Seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. Yeah, that's me. So let's see. First of all, I want to wash my hands. And I think I can do that here. Oh wait, is there not a wash thingy in here? Oh shit, there isn't. Oh god, I smell. Oh, shit.
on the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Cool. First, wash the smell of death off yourself.
Scrubbing all the necrotic tissue off your hands takes a while. The fingernails are especially hard. Death has made its way into every nook and cranny.
Why is that under my fingernails? I had my gloves on.
Should have used gloves. Detectives use gloves when they go rummaging around in someone's dead brain.
What the fuck is that? Those are gloves.
But man persists, and finally, your bruised hands look clean and presentable. Sort of. The sudden absence of the morbid dead tissue smell is uplifting.
Okay. 58%. We're gonna put 2 levels. We can't put 1 level into hand-eye coordination. We're gonna do that. %. I am scared that we're gonna hurt ourselves. 72%. It's gamba time. Try to shave.
Your hand trembles as you scratch your cheek. Oh no, that's not how a grown man shaves.
This isn't sharp enough. Scrape harder. Leave it for now.
Thank God, I would have cut your throat.
Uh-huh.
The centipede is exaggerating. People don't actually cut their own throats when they're shaving. At least, not accidentally.
Is this locked now? Forever? Time to shave, get these mutton chops off, and I need to put one more skill point, but I can't. Fuck. Can I revert now? I can't. Oh no, I may have fucked this up now, because we probably should have looked for clothes first. God damn it. Ugh. Shit. Is this done? Breakthrough imminent, it said. Maybe if we leave. Yeah, there it is.
Fairweather T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
Alright. Except. And this gives us +2. Oh no! Hand-eye coordination against enemies and armor. Oh man, I was hype. This doesn't improve this anyhow, does it? No. Oh fuck. Damn. I know that we had one thought in here. Here, all intellect learning caps raised by 1. We need to find that same thing for motorics. And we got a million thoughts. Where do you get these? I don't think it's gonna be the inexplicable feminist agenda. Oh god. Alright. Okay, we gotta live with our mutton chops as long as we don't have any option to level that shit up again. So it is what it is.